Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel TechMart. Hope you enjoyed our last video in which I mentioned what is data power, what are the benefits of the data power, and what are all the topics which we will cover during the data power training session. So as I mentioned that to install the data power we would require some prerequisite. So here first prerequisite would be how we can install the VMware. So I'll share how we can install the VMware, and if you need the copy of that software you can mention your email ID into the comment box, or you can send us a mail at the techmartsolution156@gmail.com. So installation of VMware is very simple, and the software is this is the software. Just you need to click on the next and the installation would be done. But once the installation will be completed, then you would need some keys, and the keys would be, you can copy the first keys and it will work. So once the VMware installation will be done, then you just need to go, you will find the VMware installation is done here. I already opened it, so I'll show how we can open it. I'm closing this one. So better to run VMware as a admin, so I'll show how we can do this one. We'll run as admin. Yes. So prior to import the data power here, data power OVF file, first we need to make some changes into configuration. So what are the configuration? We'll go to edit, and the edit will go to virtual network editor. So here we need to configure the VMnet1. In the VMnet1 you need to mention the subnet IP. So this is the subnet IP, and you need to configure the DHCP setting. Here you define the starting IP address and the ending IP address. So you just mention the starting IP address and the ending IP address. So we'll click on OK. Next we need to configure the VMnet 8. So we'll go here. So here we need to configure the net setting. So here we need to mention the gateway IP which we will use during the installation of the data power. So here just keep it 192.168.225.2. that's it. Okay. And after that we just make sure that the net radio button is enabled, and here we need to mention the subnet IP. This is the subnet IP and this is subnet mask. So once all this configuration will be done, just make sure that DHCP setting, yes, the DHCP setting. Okay. Once this configuration will be done, we'll click on OK. So next step is we'll open the data power OVF file here. So how we can open the data power OVF file? We'll go to file, here we'll click on open, and here as I told you that data power installation file extension would be OVA. So here I am using this data power OVF file. Click on open. It will take some time. We can keep a name here so that it will display here. We'll keep DP training. Okay, we'll click on import. It will take some time. It's about to complete. Yes, now we can see it here. So, and we need to make some more changes. So first we'll assign the memory, how much memory we need to assign to data power. So here 4 GB suffice. Okay, so we'll keep it 4 GB. Okay, and we need to assign the processor. So we'll keep two processor and two number of cores per processor. We'll keep two only, as we are installing in our local laptop, but in your real-time environment, development and production, you need to keep it like at least 16 GB. For production you shall keep it 32 GB, and the number of processor and core shall be 8. As for the timings, we'll keep it is RAM as 4, and for processor we'll keep it 4. So, and the most important thing, network adapter. If you'll keep it breeze, you'll not able to see the data power GUI, so just make sure it shall be net. So with enable it net. For this also we'll keep the net, and for this also we'll make it to net, and here we'll make it to net. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's move to next step. So here now we can see that memory is 4 GB and processor is 4, and network adapter is NAT, net everywhere. Okay, so now we'll run that virtual machine, and it will take some time. So So once the initial configuration will be done, it will ask for the username and the password. And to go to this console, as it's showing here, we need to press Ctrl+G. So once that it will ask for the username, then we'll click on Ctrl+G and we'll go into the window. It's about to complete. Let's move to the window. See if it's done. So now first time the login name would be the admin. Every time the login name would be admin only, and the password first time will be the admin. Okay, so yes. So yes, enable secure backup mode, yes, no, yes, we'll enable it. Confirm, yes. So enable common criteria compatibility, no, we'll keep it no. So please enter the new password. Here we can keep the new password. We'll change this admin @123. Again confirm, admin @123. You can keep any password, no problem. Do you want to run the install wizard? Yes, we want to. So I'll keep yes. Do you want to configuration? Do you want to configure network interface? Yes, we want to configure. Do you have this information? Yes, we have this information with us. So do you want to configure the ETH0 interface? Yes. Actually data power have 4 Ethernet interface, ETH0, 1, 2, 3. But for the time being we'll configure one ETH0, and if it would be required we'll configure other Ethernet interface as well. So now do we want to enable DHCP? No, we don't want to enable. Enter the IPv address for the interface in CIDR notation. How it would be? 192.168.225.60. I am keeping it and /24. Okay. Enter the IPv address for the default gateway. The default gateway is 192.168.225.2. As you remember, while configuring the VM, we mentioned that gateway IP, so we are using the same gateway IP. Yes. ETH we don't want to configure, as we discussed. No. So do you want to configure network service? Yes, we want to configure. So do you want to configure DNS? Yes, we want to configure. Yes. Do you have this information with me? Yes. Enter the IP address of the DNS server. Yes, the IP address the same as we have the gateway, 192.168.225.2. okay. Do you want to define unique system identifier for the appliance? Just wait for a minute. Do we need to configure this one? No, we don't need this one. No. Yes, remote management access. Yes, we have the information with us. Do we want to enable SSH? Actually, why we need to enable the SSH? Once the installation of data power done into VMware, we shall access the data power from the PuTTY only. So that's why we need to enable SSH for data power. Enable, yes, we want to enable it. And enter the local IP address, the same IP address which we signed, 192.168.225.60, and the port would be 22. Yes. Do you want to enable web GUI access? Yes. Enter the IP address, the same IP address, 192.168.225.60. Actually, by default the data power web UI is 9090, but you can customize later if you want. For that, as of now we are keeping it 9090. Yes. Do you want to configure a user account that can reset password? Yes, as of now we are keeping it admin. Do you want to configure the RAID array? No, we are not configuring the RAID array, so we'll keep it as N. Do you want to review the current configuration? Yes, we want to configure, so keep it yes. So as the IP we assigned, we can see here that 192.168.225.60 is assigned. So do you want to save the current configuration? Yes, we want to configure. Overwrite previously saved configuration. Yes, we'll keep it yes. Now we'll check show int. So here we can see that ETH0 is the IP where we can access the data power through the GUI and the port. By default it assigns some default IP to ETH1, ETH2, ETH3. For the time being we can ignore this ETH1, ETH2, ETH3. Now to come out from window we'll click on Ctrl Alt, as it's mentioned. You can see Ctrl Alt, we came out. Now we will move to the Chrome to see that we can access. So now let's see HTTPS. We mentioned here 192.168.225.60. 0, and the port, as I mentioned, that for WebGUI we'll use 9090. Yes. So we can see that it works. Yes, it works. It may happen sometime it will not work, but I have shared the steps with you, so you can retry and hopefully it will work. So here, as I mentioned, that the password is admin, the username is the admin, the password is admin @123. See, as of now we have only one domain and this is the default domain, but later we can create the multiple domains and it will show here in the drop down. So we'll click on login. So here we need to agree the license. Yes, it will take some time. It takes some time, so have patience. Yes, so now we need to log in again. Admin @123 will log in. Yes, so this is the control panel of the data power. So here we can see a few objects. These are not all the objects, but these are the main objects of the data power. Like B2B services, in the services we can see web service proxies, multi-protocol gateway, XML firewall, web application firewall. There's some monitoring object. We can see the logs, we can do troubleshooting, and some files and administration. So in the files we'll see what are the old file structure and which file will create in which folder. System control, where we can reset the password, we can take the backup and other things. So one by one we'll go to all the objects and we'll cover all these objects into details. So here the first milestone is achieved, how we can install the data power, how we can configure the data power into VMware, how we can configure the VMware. As I mentioned, if you need the software of the data power and the VM, you can mention your email ID into comment box, or you can send us mail to techmartsolution156@gmail.com. So guys, please subscribe to the channel so that you'll get the notification of all the videos timely. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. Please put your suggestion into comment and share your email ID so that I can share the softwares with you. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching us.